Hi BookTube. I am here with my March TBR in the full awareness that I haven't posted any wrap-ups at all this year. I have been reading in quite a lot. I just haven't had time to sit down and work out wrap-ups and all that other stuff right now. And I'm going to take it slow, make a little breath. I'm just getting over bronchial infection, and I've been pushing myself hard the past few days and I can feel it. But I want to get this video up and going. So here's my stack of books. I did not play my game this month because there were a few readathons I wanted to participate in. Mainly March Mystery Madness, Middle Grade March, and March of the Mammoth. They're not in any sort of style here, they're just kind of here. Yeah. And I also looked at some of my goals and stuff and added some books that I need to have on there for meeting those goals. And the first book I'm going to show you is actually a continuation, a pullover from February. I've read 70 pages of it so far, but there's like 250 pages left, so I'm not gonna be able to finish it this month. But as The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, about mass incarceration, and how that is like the new legal way of oppressing Black people. Okay. I'm just gonna start on the top. I need to read more books on religion. I missed out on one in January. I did read one in February, and in March I'll be reading, it's Ramadan too, so I guess it's kind of fitting to be reading a book about Islam. So this is No God But God, The Origins, Evolution, and Future of Islam by Reza Aslan. I read a few books by him and I really enjoy his writing and the way he presents his research and stuff. So it'll be interesting to learn more about Islam. I did, I'll talk about that one later. I also haven't had a lot of Australian books on my list, and every year I want to read more Australian books, and I haven't. I just want to read 3 this year, and we're coming to the end of the first quarter, and I gotta read one. So I decided to pick up A Room Called Earth by Madeline Ryan. I believe, yes, she's autistic, and so it's about her experience with autism. It's fiction, but it's also, the author herself got diagnosed as an adult with autism. Okay. My theme for this month is like architecture, but like city life, kind of geography, but geography of cities. I don't really know how to explain it. So the nonfiction book I decided to go with is The 99% Invisible City by Roman Mars and Kurt Kolstad. So this is just about like why things are done in certain ways in cities and the way things are built. I didn't get to all of Canada Reads. I don't know if I'll be watching Canada Reads. Having a lot of time, struggle finding time to like do things. And right now, like, my priorities are, like, my top 3 things that are taking my time outside of work are cleaning and Sims and reading. So that's what I've been spending all my time on. I guess I could maybe watch Canada Reads while playing The Sims or something. But anyways, I did buy all the books. I just haven't read them. But I figured Denison Avenue is a perfect book for this theme, considering I was going to read Invisible Cities by Italo Calvino. I don't have a copy of it. My library doesn't have a copy of it. And I already bought my February book. I'm only allowing myself to buy 1 book a month. So I already bought a book in February. And I don't know if I want to spend the $20 on that book. Because I didn't like the other one that I tried to read by him, so I figured I'll just change it up. And so this is about the gentrification of Chinatown Kensington Market in Toronto. And like, so it's such a nice feeling book. The first half of the book is the text, and then you flip it over, and there is graphic depictions down here. So that's pretty cool. And then the comic I'm going to be reading for that is The Cage by Martin Vaughn James. And this is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. And I don't know how to describe this. Maybe just showing you. Okay, maybe showing you. Okay, so there's the inside of the building. But you're kind of exploring the city. And, like, physics is all wrong. You can see, like, it's falling apart, and you get little text down here, and it's kind of weird. The city's falling apart in some scenes, and yeah, it's really quite cool. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think I knew what was going on while I was reading it the first time, but we'll see the second time reading it. Okay, I guess March of the Mammoths is the next one that's sorry, I gotta catch my breath. Next one that's easiest to explain. March Mystery, not March. March of the Mammoths. You may, if not that you're keeping track of my TBR. I don't keep track of other people's TBRs, but this was my book from last year, and I don't want to talk about my reading from last year. I've read the most I've ever read, but I also feel like I didn't read anything good. And then I stopped, like, things that I was liking to read. I don't know, last year was weird. But yeah, so I'm going to continue reading this. I think there's probably still, sorry. Oh, yeah, there's still, I don't know. There's just under 800 pages left. But yeah, it's all together. If I was to read the next section, it'd be 1,230 pages, but this one is 1,213 pages. So yeah, here's the Bone Hunters for March of the Mammoths. And I guess we'll do a March Mystery Madness. I can't remember the prompts. I think some of them for the prompts. I don't know about the other ones. Oh. There is salt and pepper in the book. I don't know how they got there. This is a used book, so maybe someone was using that as a bookmark. That's interesting. Anyways, I know there was one of the prompts was dressed to the nines, and I don't know if this is a formal dress, but it's a pretty dress anyways. So this is Wife of the Gods by Qui Corti, and this is this is the first book in the Darko Dawson, and it takes place in Ghana. So yeah, it's a mystery. Mystery set in Ghana. I also have the Inugami Clan by Seishi Yoko Mizo. I read a previous one by him with Kosuke Kindachi as the main character. And I really like to continue reading about Kosuke Kindachi. Yeah, so this is a Japanese mystery going global with the mysteries. And then I did fall to the hype around this book. This is Cain's Jawbone by the Torquemada is a pseudonym. Nom de plume. Edward P. Mathers. I'm not going to try and pronounce his middle name. And so the idea behind this book is that there's 100 pages, but they're not in order. And you got to put them in order to solve, I think there's six murders. And this is just recently republished, so it's not like a new thing. It was published first in 1934. So I thought that was pretty cool. This isn't a mystery, and it might be able to Okay, I do call this like a paranormal detective show sometimes when I'm trying to sell it to certain people, but it's supernatural. I wanted to read more of my call them my pop culture books. They're based on the different TV shows and stuff like that. So this is a novelization. Um, uh, it's not a novelization of an episode. It's its own independent um, story. And this one's called Nevermore, and I think it's oh, I didn't read the back. This is season 2. Um, the lovesick banshee in an 80s heavy metal t-shirt is wailing in the bedroom. Huh. Oh, all the killings are based off of the creepy stories of legendary writer Edgar Allan Poe. So I guess that could fit. I guess you can call like the Winchesters like first responders in a way. Okay, and then for middle grade March, I want to read. Sorry, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be to breathe and get through this. Sorry. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, and that is first book in the Percy Jackson series. I've only ever seen the infamous movies, so I've been wanting to read that. I missed the hype. I think it was too old by the time it became published and everything, so yeah, I'm getting that from the library. I have it on hold. Don't know when it will come to me, but I'm like second in line, I think. And then I want to continue Redwall, which is also a middle grade series. And Brian Jacques wrote the series for kids in a school for the blind. So he's very descriptive in ways other than just visual. And so this is the third book in publication order. This tells the story of Matameo. Yeah, and it's like medieval inspired fantasy with little critters. I think the biggest critter would be a fox. Yeah. So I love those books. And the last middle grade is Arusha and The End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. And I saw Shannon, I believe her channel's it is Shannon Riddler. She was reading this a while ago, the whole series. I just got the first book. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. I don't know what it's about, but oh, it said Spider-Man, and I was like, this isn't a Spider-Man book. No. Interesting. I don't know. It's a book. It's fantasy, awesome book. I'm hoping. And lastly, it is the Ides of March. In March 15th. March 15th is the date. So I'm gonna try and read Julius Caesar by Shakespeare that day. I'm going to the library tomorrow to pick up that and some comics. Hopefully, I can walk through the library to do that with bringing. I am working. I'm just taking it easy at work right now, but I'm not contagious anymore. And they all have it anyways too. Where do you think I got it from? If you don't know, I work in a group home, so when one person gets sick, everyone gets sick. It's kind of hard to avoid there, even with masks and everything. I was gonna say something else about reading. Oh, Libby app. I've been devouring comics and audiobooks on Libby. So I don't have anything on my TBR. I do have. I read a book. Something about bungalows and burglaries, and beaches or something like that. And it's about this rich woman whose husband gets caught doing stuff, fraud type, you know, white collar crime, and she gets left with possession of this campground. So I finished the first book. They're only like 4 or 5 hours long. And I'll be starting. I had the second book on hold, so that's the only one I have planned. But other than that, I'm just going through and just seeing whatever's available. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now and rest. And read. Try and finish my February books. Let me know what you plan on reading in March. If you've read any of these. And thank you for watching.